yourself a merry little Christmas.
So this is the season to be giving.
Yes.
So the last gift he gave me first, and now it's going to be my turn.
Okay, cool. We're going to be doing our most surprising of this year. Sometimes you get a gift and you might not initially like the gift, but the more time you spend with it, you end up going, hey, this was a really dope gift.
That is
surprising.
That is the quintessential description for this particular product.
Perfect, because this is true. Sometimes you get a gift, you're like, what the hell? Then you realize, dope gift.
So sometimes when you're a wear tester, okay, and we have to perform in every single shoe, and there are some shoes where we'll have a first impression, and you know, sometimes our first impression is based off of what we played in last from that brand, that line, whatever it is.
True.
And this was one of those shoes where the shoe before this, I was like,
okay,
maybe next time.
What do you think?
Maybe next time.
I don't know what it is.
So when I got this shoe in and I played it, and I wasn't expecting shit, and what I got was awesome.
Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Take a guess first. Take a guess first.
Is it the Hyper 2016?
No, but that could have definitely been.
Okay, okay, so let's see.
That could have definitely
Okay, wow. Okay, so here we got the D Lillard 2 from Adidas. This is a very good model.
So surprising, because did you play in the one?
No, but I heard all about it.
They were terrible.
They were a very popular shoe. I understood why. They were cheap, and they looked good.
They were affordable. They were okay. They were not good. They were not great. The fit on them, though, was atrocious.
I heard.
Both from the forefoot and especially the heel. They were just, they had so much room for improvement. There was nowhere to go but up with this model.
Right.
However, the D Lillard 2, I mean, what a drastic jump! Like that's like playing in the Air Jordan 1 and then playing in the 31. You know what I mean? Where you're just like cushion wise, like everything, like you're just like, yo, what the hell happened here?
What was even the cushion in there?
Adiprene Plus.
Oh my god! So they put bounce in this.
Yeah, this is like prehistoric shit.
Right, and this is what this model was like. Yo, this is what bounce is about. And
do you remember when I was telling you about bounce? And like I was like, dude, this is like way comfortable. It doesn't make no sense.
Right.
For the price of the shoe retailed at.
105 or 110 was this?
105.
105. What a deal.
Yeah, and you took a while to be able to play in the shoe because you weren't even interested in it at first.
Yeah.
And I know that your first couple of runs, you were like, I don't know, but you like the shoe now, right?
It was my go-to outdoor model. It's not anymore, only because I ran them into the ground.
Okay.
But
that's a good reason.
For the material, how soft it is, they're surprisingly durable because it is double layered and it's fairly thick. And so even if you do toe drags outside, the materials do hold up. The outsole, a lot of colorways had Continental rubber outsoles, so you know that's gonna perform great outdoors. But I mainly did it because of two major factors. I just like the way mids look. This is a mid, and the cushion setup. So the bounce cushioning was perfect in my opinion. I got just enough court feel. I value plushness and bounciness and impact protection over court feel, but the bounce midsole here still had enough court feel for me to feel in control and not unstable, and that's why I liked it. Bounce is great for that. Surprisingly good cushion while still maintaining court feel. Right. If you like these, I think you're gonna actually, despite what you think about the looks, you're gonna, you're gonna love the three. The looks really don't factor into performance, but speaking of looks, I think the D Lillard 2 was a great look because again, it's a mid, but I think what helped it, because it is a pretty plain looking shoe, what I think helped it were the colorways that they released. I actually don't think they're plain looking. I like that there's panels on it. There is panels, layers, like we've talked about this before. That's what's missing in modern day basketball shoes. That's actually something that Adidas has been bringing back. If you look at the 3, there's paneling. The 1 has paneling. Like, it's not just one piece. It's not. Which is interesting. One piece woven upper. You know what I mean? And not all one pieces are bad. The Crazy Explosive had a one piece upper, and it was great. It was great. I'm looking at a row of them down here. They're all one piece uppers. Yeah. Which is why a lot of shoes are. Yeah, a lot of shoes are starting to look the same because of that, silhouette-wise. But it's nice to see paneling and actual design being implemented. Totally. It's just a good look. And I love Dame's logo. I mean, Dame's logo's on point.
I like everything about him.
Right.
He's
Dame is currently my favorite player in the NBA. Paul George is right there, but Dame, just everything about him, it's great. He's from Oakland.
No, that's it. See, that's the thing though. He's like the only NBA player that I don't think he really realizes he's an NBA player. You know what I mean? Because like I've been around like a few different NBA guys, and there's a few of them where you could tell that they have, you know, a type of mentality about themselves, which is fine because they've earned that right. But this guy, D Rose, like these are guys that were like you could like sit there and talk to them, and it's just kind of weird. Like it's almost jarring.
Yeah,
how normal they are.
To hear, I have a friend who's a football scout, but the scouting high school sports is a very close knit community, and I was just talking to him about Damian Lillard and like why didn't the Duke, Kansas, Kentucky pick him up? And apparently there were a couple different reasons, but one of the reasons was Weber State, a very small school, was the first to ask him. And he kept his word after all of these major schools came knocking on his door. Yeah. He's like, yo, I made a commitment to Weber State. I'm going there. And he stayed there for 4 years. There's your most surprising model of 2016, the D Lillard 2s. Now let's go on to my model. Now, we talked about earlier, sometimes you get a GIF and you're like, what? And then you end up liking it. Yeah. You said yours was a pretty good pick. Mine, I feel like, is definitely like a, what'd you get me? If you got these for a GIF, you definitely would have this reaction.
Is this something that I've played in?
I don't know if you played it. I know you have it.
Okay. I have not played in these yet.
You haven't played, but you have them.
I have a couple of these somehow.
What are they? What are they?
This is a TP4.
From Peak.
Yes, from Peak.
Right. And look,
Chinese-based brand.
Exactly. So if you got these under your tree, you'd be like, "What?" You might not even know what brand that is.
If depending on the type of person you are, you might be a spoiled brat about it and be like, "Nah, f all this. I'm good." You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure.
Like you might see this and be like, "What the f***'s your problem, Mom?"
For
like,
sure.
I think actually it looks really cool.
I like how they look.
Yeah,
it's like a low, but it's a high low, and I like that.
I have this colorway, the white colorway. What was the other one? The French colorway.
Okay,
the France colorway. It's like red and blue. Those ones are legit. Yeah, and they're comfortable just casually, and then they got great performance features. I've done Peak shoes. Man, you wore these things out, dude. Did you play?
Go to outdoor models.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like it replaced the D Lillard 2. I'm telling you, the traction outdoors on these, on tennis court-like surfaces, is Hall of Fame level.
That's
on
dope.
Asphalt surfaces, still very good, but tennis court surface, oh my, it's just amazing.
And the tennis court's a tricky court because sometimes you'll get either great traction or you'll be sliding all over the place.
Right.
These guys, I've been, I wouldn't say like bigging up Peak, but I've been telling people for the past however many years now to try these other brands because it's not what you think. It is surprising.
It is, for sure. And
you know?
The reason why I like this model so much, I'm almost certain that my love for this model, the TP4, was an accident because Peak sizing's all over the place. Sometimes they don't do half size and it's just weird. So I got a size 11 in this.
It's with all Chinese brands.
Right.
Definitely. Big footers know for sure because they stop at like size 10 sometimes.
Right. It's just weird. So I was not expecting this to fit right. This is one of the best fitting shoes I've ever had. I had to get a size 11 though.
Yeah, once you figured out which size to get.
Right. And I felt just so in control with this shoe that I felt like a better player. I was like, yo, I can do all these moves. Like I felt like how Kyrie feels when he's doing all these moves because it just moved with my foot so nicely.
This is a shoe with a tooling setup with the gradient dual, where you don't feel anything. It's hard to explain. I've said this with every Peak model.
You don't feel anything during and after, which is a good thing.
Which is exactly what the point is, that you don't feel anything while you're playing other than the fact that you know that you're not in pain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's good. If this model had the bounce midsole from the D Lillard 2, it would be my most favorite model of the entire year. It's not like that. The cushioning does leave something to be desired, but that does not mean it's bad.
No. It's absorbent, so it's on the dense side.
Yo, for sure.
But it's not.
There's a lot of compression grooves in the midsole, so it's not gonna feel like rocks are too stiff. And the lacing system is great. There's a bunch of eyelets. I really like the materials. They use what they call Peak Surface, but they did back it with a fuse layer. I felt like they could have done without that.
That's something that I have a problem with a lot of brands. It's
just let the materials be.
Exactly. If you're gonna give us a textile or a woven, like for real, give it to me. Like I don't want you to like be like, hey, this is kind of what we wanted to do, but we don't believe in it all the way, so we're gonna like glue something onto it.
Yeah.
And this happens with all of the brands. So I've had it just recently done with Adidas. Nike basketball is known for doing it quite often. Jordan's brand done it before, or Jordan brand has done it before. Peak is now doing it. So you know, it's something that
it's whatever.
It's annoying, but that's what reviews are for. So if you're not looking for that type of material, then maybe stay away. But otherwise, it's a solid option.
Solid shoe for me. Like I said earlier, it's my go-to outdoor options. The traction's great, the durability's great.
I'm wondering if we're going to be on point with each other.
Oh my god, this would be hilarious.
This entire thing.
But last thing I want to say about this model. I grew up a Laker fan, and when I was young, I respect the hell out of the entire Spurs organization and all their players, but when I was young, I hated the Spurs, especially Tony Parker. Yeah, so me liking this shoe is kind of like joining the dark side, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I'm telling you, if you get the Peak TP4, it's a solid option. You could probably find some for super cheap.
This is your coming of age.
Okay,
this is how you know that you're maturing.
Okay, wait, hold on.
No, to where
to
where you can look at a Spurs player's shoe and be like, yeah, it's okay.
I still can't grow a beard though.
Has nothing to do with maturity. That's all puberty and jeans.
Well, Jesus had a beard, that's all I know. So
that was Jesus.
So there you go, the D Lillard 2 and the TP4s. Those are our most surprising models of 2016. Let us know what model surprised you. Was it the Hyperdunk 2016? That was my second option. But this is definitely more obscure, so I went with them.
Yeah, if we were to pick a shoe from each brand, like the Hyperdunk would for sure
for Nike.
Yeah, be from there.
So let us know what your most surprising model is in the comment section below. After you're done with that, go to the next video, which is our worst of the year. So follow us there. We're giving each other the worst performers of 2016, the worst of the worst. Sometimes you get a gift and you just don't like it. You get it and you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna like that. Underwear, socks.
You might want to like it.
Ugly sweater.
But you can't.